Oh, good day, crafty chums. It's Nicky here. Hi. And it's showtime. Oh, I'm still. I just had to hurry there to get to the to my scheduled time to stream that I had scheduled for myself, and so I'm not quite ready. Not quite ready. I just gotta light my candles, get into my little Zen mode. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but you've got to you know, just because this is our happy place, isn't it? Our happy space, our happy place. So just gonna light my candles because I really like that. I'm quite safe today. The cat is outside, sat on a chair by the gate that he can't jump over because he's blind. For all intents and purposes, he's blind, so he can't judge distances to jump over the fence or the gate, which is great. So I can happily leave him out there, and he's thinking that he can just peer out the gate, but he's actually sleeping in the chair by the gate. I think I'm going to have to move it soon before he plucks up the courage to try and leap over the fence. It's very, very funny. So today is an index card. I'm bringing it to you a day early this week because tomorrow I'll be live streaming with Anne-Marie, so no time to do it then. I've got some backgrounds that I already have prepared for index cards. I did them on a jelly plate print, and I did that a few weeks ago. If I can remember, I'll link the in the description box below, a link to that video if you're interested. Hi Sherry, how are you? So see if you're interested in seeing how I made them. And I've got a, hey Sherry, oh look, oh, you got a cute little kitty on your logo there. Oh, sweet. Oh. So yeah, and I've got some foiling on there too, you know, just dabbed here and there in gold and in silver. Probably won't pick it up because yeah, if I get too close to the I've got the camera down really low, so that you can see what I'm doing, I hope, which means because I've got it really low. Thanks for the thumbs up. Yay. So because I've got it down really low, I might actually go off screen at times. And that's one of the problems that you get if you go down really low, on the down low, as they say. So I'm going to be finishing off one or two of these index cards today, before I make a video of a technique I'm going to be trying a little bit later on. For anybody who knows me really well, you just bring it towards me a little bit more, so that I won't have to stretch over the desk to do that. So anybody who knows me knows that I like to make my little art doll dresses, and with the bodices and that. And I'm going to try a different technique. Sorry, now I'm bumping the camera. So I'm going to be trying a different technique a little bit later on today, and I thought I'd probably make a video of it so that it may not work. So I won't do that on a live stream if it's not going to work now, am I? Oh, I'm not silly. Well, maybe I am, but hey. I don't have to broadcast I'm silly, do I? Oh, no. So I'm working on a project now, and I'll show you a little bit to you under the camera there. But you probably won't be able to see it all, of course, because I'm now close to the desk. But this is my work in progress, and you'll only get to see a little bit of it at a time. This is my work in progress that I'm working on. I have to put it down. And so it takes a while to get through the bigger ones like this. This is on a big canvas there. This is my guardian angel with protecting me with my not blonde hair, you know, I have brown hair. So under the wing. So this is a Willowing, which is a tan thing that I'm working on, Lifebook 2020. So you know, these take time to do, and that's what I'm working on when I'm not streaming or not at work, or you know, in the evenings and that, because I don't know whether you know as well, is that I've started dieting. So because I put on a little bit of weight, and when you get to a certain age, it's not good to have a little bit of weight on, regardless of whether you're male or female. You know, we're in the heart attack area of life now, so strokes and heart attacks. So best to lose that weight while I can. Serious. So in the evenings, which is usually my snack time, if I keep my hands busy, then I won't be snacking, will I? Well, that's theory. I don't know whether the theory will last out, but yeah. So far this week, touch wood, I've lost 2.8 kg. My final weigh day for the week will be Monday, but so far for this week, that's how much weight I've lost. And so I'm feeling a little bit, if I'm a little bit here and a little bit there, a little bit ooh and a little bit ah, it's because I've had like quite a heavy weight loss my first week, and it's not even a week yet. I only started Monday, so it's 5 days or something, isn't it? So yeah. And I thought you only got those heavy weight losses when you were, you know, particularly large. And I'm not in obese or anything, you know, but I am weighing 10 kg over my whole life weight, you know, the weight I have been over my whole life as an adult, not as a child, obviously. So yeah, enough rambling, and we'll just get on to it. So I thought I've got my Tonic Craft Kit 29, and instead of making a card for it, I thought I would go and use some of the stamps in this. Unfortunately, there is a die cut out for the dragonfly, but it is actually in the middle of a die cut here, and rather than running that through the die cut and that, I thought I would just do it by hand. So this is a stamp I'm going to be using, and I thought I'd make it a little bit naturey in theme. Not that it will be naturey, but you know, this will be my interpretation of it. So I'm looking at this, and because it's index card, I've got all these already. I might see if I've got any other papers that I can stamp that out on, painted papers or something, you know. So I'll just have a quick look. In my coffee dyed and paper and stash thing, jelly print plate or screeny. That's quite nice because that will come out textured and different coloured, I think. Oh, I don't have many papers, which is unusual for me. I've usually got lots hanging around. Obviously, I've been too busy to craft, and that's why I've reduced my hours at work. So here we go. And this will be my first time using the stamp, so I'm not quite sure what impression it will get first time. And I may go blue on blue, blue on blue on blue on blue, or green. Let's see. Just have a look through my inks. Let's see, I've got a nice little tubey green there. may not be dark enough. Looking for a little bit of colour that will stand out a bit more, because I've got to cut this out. Yeah. Will I be able to see that? I do have my glasses on, so I may be able to. So we're going to cut this out. Just give it a chance to dry a little bit. I've also got some little butterflies stamped on tissue paper and some flowers. So it's going to be nature themed. So we'll probably cut those out and glue them on as well. I've got a steampunk theme at this end. Nature theme this end. This area, naturey. So let's see. I do like my bees. So yeah, it's a pretty good butterfly there. So we'll pop that on too. A couple of little flowers maybe. Let's see. Might go the darker colour actually. Yeah, I think so. So we'll pop these to the side. And we're going to be working on these. So the reason why I'm doing the live stream today, did I say this already? I don't know. You may just come in and so I'll say it again. If I said it before, I apologise. As I say, the brain's a little bit, ooh. And the reason for doing it today is I'm streaming tomorrow with Anne-Marie. Gonna have a bit of fun doing something a little bit different. And then later on today, I'll be recording that video of a different technique I'm trying out. Then I've got to rush into town and buy some weed killer. My garden path is looking awful. And working, you know, sometimes you just don't get around to doing all those important little jobs around the garden and that. So, yeah. Now I could stamp on here, but as everybody knows, when you do mixed media and that, when you try and stamp over the top of it, doesn't always work, usually because of the different surfaces you've got. And that, to get around that, what you do is you stamp on tissue paper, and then you just glue it down. So let's see where my butterfly is going to go. It may not. This butterfly may not quite be butterfly. It's not a butterfly. I hear you say it's a dragonfly. So just cut around this one loosely. Okay. That's kind of okay for a layout there. Right. I need to push these to the top to get them out of the way a little bit more. And I'm going to stick it down with some matte gel medium. Normally I'd use Mod Podge, but I've been using matte gel medium just recently. So this pot that I've got by the side of me is actually, believe it or not, 3 years old and still going strong. It's because I don't use it very often because it's expensive. But then again, they're all expensive, aren't they? None of them are really cheap. And that's what happens when you get too aggressive with it. So gently does it, gently does it. Sometimes I just slap things down and then they protest. There, I'm being a bit more gentle that time, all right? Looks better, doesn't it? Just don't be so aggressive. So I like to put the matte gel medium down and then I wonder if I can sneak a bee in as well. Do you like my bees? Okay, I'm drooling for some reason. Tell me why. I've got a coffee here. I'm just going to have a little sippy sip. Then I'm going to pop this just to the side for a minute, just to let it dry a little bit. Because although you do see me use a heat tool a lot, I actually prefer things to dry naturally. If I can, if I have the time, then it will be dried naturally. So, and I intend to let it dry naturally today. So I said I wasn't sure whether I'll be able to see this to cut it out. But I don't think it's going to matter because I'm just going to cut the body because I'm going to do the wings in a different medium. It might have to be greaseproof paper. I was hoping it's going to be vellum, but I don't know where my vellum is right now. Maybe in the drawer behind me, so I'll have a look in a second after I've cut this out. I just want to do vellum wings because it's got a double helix there. Because just to give it a little bit dimension off the index card, I like to do that occasionally. So, you know, I'm pulling the wings off a dragonfly. How mean am I? Oh, I'm sorry. I do amuse myself. I do. Such a mean child. The sort of child who pulls wings off butterflies. No, dragonflies. Actually, no, not really. I can never do that. It used to upset me if I see things like that happening. It's like if I have to get rid of a spider in the house, I do apologize to it first and then tell it shouldn't even be in my house anyway. But now I've had the outside the house sprayed, it's not likely that any spider will find its way into the house. If it does, I shall complain to the company that sprayed the outside of my house. My gosh, all that work for that little strip. Looks like a caterpillar now. May have to go around the outside in that just to make it show up a little bit more. There we go. You'll be able to see it now, hopefully. So if this goes out of focus, I should be watching more on the screen, shouldn't I, rather than just putting my head down? Because, yeah. Because then I can see if I'm in focus or not. So say I've got the camera right down. So the focus distance will be somewhere below the table or something. Oh. So that's going to be going down there. I can't glue it down yet until I've given him his wings back, which I shall do shortly. I'm just going to check behind me to see if my vellum is behind me. Won't be a second, just looking for my vellum. Sorry, there it is. This was a wonderful little gift from Roz, so thanks, Roz. I do use the vellum occasionally. Roz was fed up of hearing me say, oh, I wish I had some vellum. And so she sent me some vellum, for which I'm very grateful. And to use some stays on this, and I may have to use the heat tool just to dry it off, but I may not. We'll see. Because I only want the wings, I'm not going to stamp all of the I'm going to do a double layer of wings. Just to give it that dimension to that above. I don't know. Has anybody ever used stays on and likes the smell of it? Yuck. Smells like marzipan to me, and I've never liked marzipan. Although I do like almonds, the nuts, you know, I don't like that. I don't like marzipan. Don't tell anyone. Just clean that off. Okay. I had some wet wipes here a second ago. And you know how that goes, don't you? Oh well, never mind. We'll just rub it off. See if it'll rub off. Where did my wet wipes go? I was hoping to rub that off to get the stays on off with the wet wipe. OMG. Where did those wet wipes go? Oh well, stain stamp coming up. One stain stamp coming up. There we go. Never mind. Now I can touch the body there to see if it's going to smudge. And it's not, so it's dry enough already. Yay! Oh dear. Dear, dear, dear. Do you know, I capped my scissors, put them to the side. Or did I put them in the pot? Not that pot. I put them to the side of me somewhere. And I can't find them now. It's going to be one of those days, I think. Maybe I better not try a new technique later on. because maybe that won't work for me either. How quickly things disappear in a craft room, eh? And if you saw my craft room tour, you know it's not really untidy. Right, let's pop this back in here. Back into the envelope, and then I won't lose it. Like I'm losing everything else so quickly. Can't believe it. I don't believe it. Don't know whether this will stay in focus at all. She's going to be the other underwing because it didn't stamp out as cleanly as the other one. So this is going to be the bottom wing. I'm excited to be going back to the UK in April for a couple of months. Visit family and friends there, I'm hoping that a couple of my friends who said they would come and see me actually will come and see me, because if I can travel halfway around the world and base myself there, then I'm sure that you can travel the couple of hours down to come and see me. Yay. You know who you are. I won't mention it again when we're live streaming tomorrow. Just being funny. Or not, as the case may be. Depends on your sense of humour, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And we'll be going sailing as well. So there'll be some sailing videos up on my sailing channel, which has been dormant for a little while now. Because obviously I'm not sailing. Me and Hubby have been talking about getting a bit of a camper van thing going. So we can do some travelling around New Zealand in comfort. Not really, it'll be just a little van thing. Maybe a van conversion or not. We've just been talking about it for a while now. So we may go the van conversion or we may not. But I saw a nice little camper van the other day for $40,000. And the RVs, of course, start at 130,000 here. So we won't be doing that. No, we won't. But I thought it'd be nice to do some travel, you know, get in some travel vlogs, and I'll probably do it on my sailing channel because it's like a travel channel really, rather than do it on my crafting channel, because obviously when I do a vlog, no one's interested. In fact, no one's really interested anyway, but you know. The most interest I've got so far has been of my craft room tour, which is disappointing really. But hey, it's the way the cookie crumbles. So yeah, I'll probably keep the travel vlogs to my sailing channel. but who knows. So obviously now this will go like this, and then the little body, which is has to go that way around. So that's the dragonfly there. I might put his little body bits back in because it's looking a little bit weird. A little bit weird, but hey. But with the vellum, obviously, it just gives it that little bit of dimension, a little bit of movement. So yeah, just need to cut that little bit off there, which I didn't see before, even though I do have my glasses on. Sometimes I craft with my glasses off. And oh, thank you, Jamie. Jamie's my daughter. 7:30 a.m. You're up, or have you been to work? Sorry, just breathed in on that one. Now I would actually use a green or a blue fine liner, but I don't have one, so I'm going to use black. So that's not what I would do normally, but needs must. You're still at work. Oh yeah. Yeah, I couldn't do night work. I've tried it a couple of times and it just no, I'm not made for night work. Because it didn't stamp out very dark. I'm just having a little bit of bother seeing where things are supposed to go. You know, the segments on the body and that. So I'm assuming this is the looks a little bit like something else, but I won't say. Oh, look at that. My clickers there. Look at that. The Siamese cat woke me up. Oh no, it's not a traceable. It's a stamp that I'm working with. So I was just showing the work in progress that I have from willowing from Tam. Don't know whether you've seen. I don't know whether I showed you how far I've got, but here it is. It's a pretty large one there. So this is how I've got, you know, it's a work in progress. All the shadow and the shade, you know, and the shading isn't in there and not properly, you know. I'm deciding whether I'm going to use modeling paste here on the wing, and I might do. Sure, yeah. And shadowing is a little bit off there, so I've got to paint over that again and go over it once more. But that's, you know, just a little bit of work there. And yeah, I'm thinking of using modeling paste just to give it a lot of texture and that on the wing, but we'll see. I can envisage another couple of days work on that one. Thanks, Jamie. So there we go. Just going to cut off the edges. It's almost dry. I may have to just give it another little blast, a blast with my heat gun, just to get it completely dry. Try not to throw those away. Right, there we go. And I'm just going to do a little bit of work with my Posca pens. Of course, obviously, I've got to bring back in the little bit there that I managed to obliterate when I was gluing it down. Get some colour going, shall we? I'm sorry if I go quiet when I'm doing this, because apparently I cannot multitask anymore. Yeah, you can get them from craft store. I don't know whether you have a Spotlight in Australia, the Spotlight store, but you should be able to get them in there. I think Spotlight is an Australian store, isn't it? Posca pens. You can buy them in art shops as well, but you probably get better deals in a if you can get into Spotlight. These are the Posca paint pens. And they've got a hard. They're not brush tipped. Don't get the brush tip ones. They clog like crazy. They're hopeless. So don't get those. And you'll need a variety. These are the bullet. These are the pin nib ones, and these are the bullet ones. And then this one is a 1.8 to 2.5 millimeter, and they're quite hard when you do detail. And this is a what millimeter is that? That's a 0.7 millimeter. Sorry, probably keeping that out of focus there. So it's a finer tip on that one, which is good for detail, but it works almost as well as the pin type does. So as well as going to get some weed killer today, I've got to go to the post office to post a package. I'm so tired. I'm so tired, but I'll try to do it today. So I'll have to get there before midday, I think, or I'll just wait till Monday. Right, crafting. Yeah, they are. They are, but they do fade back a little bit. So, but all you have to do is go over it again. But yeah, it really brings it out, especially when you go around and re-outline in black. I need to get some smaller nibbed red ones and that. I don't have a small nib black either. This one's a little bit thick to do detail, so I've got a pip pen in black, and it's got the pin nib as well. Yeah, Sherry, they are expensive. Only for me they're expensive here in New Zealand because we don't get the discounts that Americans get, so I'm not sure whether it would be the same for you. You're Canada, aren't you, Sherry? So it really starts to pop when you outline the black. At the side of me, I'm just wiping off the pen nib as well because it's still just a little bit damp, and so I'll try not to ruin the pen doing this, because when you go over things when it's not quite dry, then you can ruin the pip pens. I don't know whether you can see I've got a bit of white on there, bit of white on the nib there, so I'll try and scribble that off. They're expensive there too, yeah. They are here, so you know, I only buy, I go out and I don't buy loads at a time. I just buy one at a time and just add to my collection like that, because you know, because I do go out occasionally, have a coffee. I'm sure I can then go out and forego the coffee and buy a pen instead. I want to put a little bit of colour on the vellum as well, so I'm going to just I'm going to go over for sure. Yep. I have a coffee habit. So I've got some of these from my craft kits that I'm getting from hubby throughout the year. So I've collected a few of these pens. So let's see which side isn't the. So this is a alcohol ink. So I'm just going on the back. We give them nice purple wings. What do you think? Oh, look at that. Did I just go off screen then? Just go on the back of this one too. I can't tell which was the back and which was the front. That's the front. That's the back. So that's the front. That's the back. That was a laugh. Got myself all confused then. As soon as I'm using my Nuvo stuff there, I might as well get the Nuvo pens out. So the first layer is actually going to stick flat. The second layer will have all the movement in, hopefully. Yeah, you can see him. That body is weird. It's a little bit fiddly, that lie. But anywho. Yeah, for a second, oh, the computer went whir, and then I saw the screen go black. Everything's changed to 5G around here, and my laptop certainly doesn't like 5G, so I'm assuming that the computer won't like it either. So, because if it slips off the normal internet, it will slip onto the 5G. So I'm hoping it doesn't do that too often before it comes back onto the other internet. It's going again. I can hear it. So I may only get one index card done today. And then I'll go and record my other videos of the things I'm trying out. Things to be tried. That wing moved. It moved, it did. It's a crazy background. I'm just waiting for that to dry a bit more before I do a little bit more on it. As I said before, I don't want to ruin my pen. It's going to be 26 degrees here today. We had 32, I believe, the other day. And it hasn't been very warm this summer at all, which is nice because I don't like it too hot. But my daughter was saying she had 40 degrees. And do you know what? That's just too hot for me. I couldn't live in temperatures like that. Too hot. But some people enjoy it. I don't. Cold computer. I can hear it struggling. I hope you can't hear it struggling too. It's having a hard time. It's going, no, I don't want to stream. Okay, we're getting there. Slowly getting there. This is the nice thing about this form of art. It is relaxing, and you don't have to be an artist to do it, because you can use stamps and tissue paper and have lots of fun. Just tracing over the lines. And using your supplies. Very relaxing. I'm almost falling asleep myself. I'm so relaxed. Got some little pinprick holes here that I'm going to use some drops on. Thank you. That I'm going to use some drops on for decoration, but I'm going to put them on last, because experience tells me that I will put my hand on them. When I'm card making, I always do that. I'll put the little, drops on there, and then I will immediately go and stick my big fat hand in it. So yeah, let's not do that this time. Do dragonfly have an antennae? Someone tell me quickly, yes or no? Do I need to put some little feelers on his little head? I did put them on this one when I made out of wire. Put some on there. Do they have antennae? I'm sure they must do. Quick Google, tell me. Google it, someone. Tell me. I can't remember. Sad getting old. And also this diet thing's befuddling my brain a little bit. It's looking a bit nakey, isn't it? This one here. They do, thanks. Jamie just Googled it for me. She said, yes, they do. Let's see. Should we give him a brown body? Light brown, I think. Let's see if we've got any. Oh, gold. Just give him a bit of a colour on the board. nice light. It's picking up the pen that I used on there because I just used a biro. This is the alcohol marker. So they don't like pen. Now you know. This little tail's just come up a little bit, so I'll just glue that one back down. Although I want him to have movement, I don't want the tail to be moving off the page. Might give you a bit of a... I just squished one greeny brown body. Greeny brown. Well, there you go. Now, what was I saying about pulling wings off dragonflies? Right, so we'll give them some nice curly antennae to go with the butterfly and the stamen of the plants. There we go. I might just come round. Just to help him stand out a little bit more. His little segmented body. And then I will go around with my grey pip pen or Stabilo all. I haven't quite decided. Oh, the cat's just come in. I've just seen him walk by, so I've just come in for a drink of water. Or I may not do the grey pip pen if I can't find it. Yes, awesome. For those of you who saw my craft room tour, you know I've got two desks here, and the other desk I've got laid out with lots of pencils and pens and things on the Willowing Art TAM project I'm working on. And can't see my pip pen, so it'll have to be the Stabilo. Oh no, there it is. I just found my scissors as well. Yay! There we go. So I'm going to go around just around the outside of this just to give it a little bit more depth. Do you know these flowers look like they're flying also, don't they? Flying flowers. Who'd have thought it? Hmm? Even though this isn't real at all realistic, it's not supposed to be. It's just supposed to be so you can see it better on the index card. Might go around that one in black actually. Bottom. Just help to outline it just a little bit more and bring it a little bit more off the page. Because this one is supposed to be my main focus. Or I think this one is going to be my main focus. I wonder if it hurts when I bend its wings back. Oh dear. I'm very lightheaded. So I'm putting more emphasis on the dragonfly here. Okay. Should I go around outside there? Yeah, we'll finish off the sides here. You know, often I like to do my borders, but sometimes it's good just to do it in black. So my collection of index cards is starting to ramp up again. So as soon as I have enough, I'll be making another index art card journal to put them in. Hope you join me for that one. I really enjoy making my little journals for my index cards. And next month is 29 faces. Yeah, it looks better with black. Yeah, agreed. Is the 29 faces again. Can't believe it's February again. Comes round fast. The older I get, the faster it comes round. Ooh, this year I'm going to have a teenager for a granddaughter. Now that's come round fast. I can tell you. Now, I may have a few. She's already there. Spirit. Now, I may have got one or two little drop things here, which I need to start using, don't I? So I'm wondering if I can smear this on the wings. Let's see, shall we? There's no harm in experimenting. And there's no better place to do it than on a little piece of art. So let's experiment with this one. So I'll just pop some on, and then I'm just going to smear it, and it should give it a nice glittery, which probably won't pick up on camera, but a nice see-through glittery look. Yeah, and it does. I don't know whether you can see the little bit of glittery shine on there. And it's also giving some movement to that wing too. I hope it doesn't completely curl it up, but nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. Yeah. So let's quickly get another piece of index card under there, starting to curl. I don't want it to stick down to the other one. It's okay curled, but I don't want it sticking to the underneath. I might just give it a little bit of a dry off from a distance. You can see the shine. It's going to curl completely, I think, which will just give it more depth and movement. There you go. Wasn't quite the look I was going for, but hey, it will do. Let's see. Okay, and we're just going to put some little drops on the wings of the butterfly here. And because I got them out, I might as well do some on these little plants here. Let's see, what colour shall I choose? I've got that there, and that's glue, that's not stickles. Okay. There's a glittery one there as well, but I know I won't be able to squeeze it out of there because it's the bottle's too small. Hi, Anne-Marie. Doing an index art card, which I normally do tomorrow, but because we're streaming tomorrow, I decided to do it today. Just getting everyone excited for it. Using up some of my Nuvo products as well, because I don't use them very often, do I? This is where I've got to be careful not to stick my big fat hand in them. Yay. I'm really excited for tomorrow. So I don't think that turned out too badly, did it? For a little bit of an effort, that was it was a little bit difficult getting started on that one, but I think it turned out okay. The thing is, shall I do another one? How long have I been on? I've been on for an hour. Thanks, Anne-Marie. Shall I do another one? Are you going to stay and chat or not? Quick vote, yes or no. Shall I stay? Shall I go? Take a little while to dry that one. So it's got dimension and shine. Shiny shine. Oh look, that these little drops, because the card has gone like that, they've gone into each other. So I'm just going to see if I can separate that out. If not, it will be what it'll be. I'm not too slow with it. Yeah. because I want them to be dots. Don't want them to be melded into one. Well, that worked. Tracy's watching Real Housewives. Thought he liked Real Housewives. Which one is it? Real Housewives of... No, you went a week ago. Been on my own for a week. It's quiet. All on my own with the cat who's playing up. Okay, I'll do another one then. If you're staying and watching, I'll do another one. If you go in, I'll just go myself. So I'll pop that to the side to dry and hope those two dots don't go back into each other again. And we'll do another one. Do you see my suntan? It's all freckles. A freckled tan. Oh, purple. Okay. 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 Right. Let's see. You stay in Dallas. The Real Housewives of Dallas. Okay. You can stay in chat. I've done one of these before, haven't I? I've done the dress before, so I won't do that again. Let's not try to repeat too many. Let's see. Ooh, when's Mother's Day? Because I've got my little little kit out by the side of me, I thought perhaps I'll do a little heart one. What do you think? Could be cute. Let's go for cute today, shall we? I'm feeling kind of cute. We'll do it on the purple one. Let's make another cute one. It might end up a little bit grungy, but we'll start off with cute in my mind and then see where it takes us. Hey, Anne-Marie, can you give me a thumbs up, please? Or Bargo, thumbs up. Do you know over the last 2 weeks I've lost 20 subscribers, which is quite depressing actually. Just see whether this is small enough to go on this one. Yes, it is. Great. I can use my little Timmy Ops one. Chubby! Trouble is, when you start off a bit dark, then it's very hard to layer on top of it. So I might just put a little bit of gesso on top of that. Otherwise, yeah, thinking on it. May just a little bit of gesso down. Cute purple. Just gonna knock it back just ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. If I can find my brayer. Oh, look. That's my rubber. Now the thing is when you use 2 desks, spread out a little bit more, things I think get lost a little bit quicker than normal. I have a brayer there because I was using it just yesterday. Never get too big a craft room. Is there such a thing as too big a craft room? We'll just do it, scrape it on. Because I want to put. Oh look, I must have had blinking. I must have had Stabilo on there. Oh, on my fingers. Oh, you idiot! It's on my fingers. Need those baby wipes. Baby wipes. I'm on a hunt for baby wipes. 1 minute. Oh, do you know, I'll turn off the camera and I will find everything I've been looking for. Meaning of life. You know, everything will become clear. So you just love baby wipes? Yes, of course we do. Now, actually rubbing through, I'm just lightening it off anyway. Like that. That lightened it very gently, didn't it? Not in the way I was anticipating, though. Your cousin is watching. Okay, hi Sammy. I was going to say hi Sammy. I mean, I couldn't see any name pop up. Good. More views, the better. Thanks very much. As I say, I'm suffering a little bit with all the changes and that going on. So, hey. Marie likes to be in the chat there because she likes to see if I can actually talk through a whole live stream on my own. Because she does most of the talking when we're together. It's the same with Eileen, so I let her do the talking too. And I know sometimes it annoys Anne-Marie, but you know, why have a dog and bark yourself, I say. It's the whole point of having someone crafting with you or someone just, you know, behind the scenes is that they do all the chatting and you get to do the pleasure of the crafting all on your own. So I don't mind. As I say, today I'm using some of my, well, a lot of my Tonic Studios kits because I have a lot of it here and I just haven't really been into my card making, so we'll see if this goes through. I'm not sure how well this will actually cut. It's a handmade paper, but we'll give it a go, because nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm just going to cut it smaller so I can run it through me little, as you can see, it's a handmade paper. It sometimes doesn't cut very well. See all the innards, the guts of it. So I'm going to pop this down. Now, I'm not worried about it flattening it or anything, but I will tape it. Calling you a dog. In the nicest possible way. Okay, so just put this through my little die cutting machine. They're so handy to have these. Oh, it still makes the camera wobble though, look at that. Right, I'm going to pop it up the other way and run it through again, because it hasn't quite cut it through. It's a very intricate die. So we'll see. And this isn't the best paper to cut out for an intricate die. But as I say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's just pop this out of the way for a second. Tracy trimmed your hair for you. Nice. Not short then, just a trim. So do we get to see you on the stream tomorrow with your trimmed hair? Oh, thanks for the thumbs up, Anne-Marie. Appreciate the thumbs up. If anybody's watching this stream afterwards, if you could give me a thumbs up and leave me a nice comment below the video, that will help my channel immensely. As I say, it's having a little bit of a downward turn at the moment, and it took me so long to get to where I am with my 2,000 subscribers that I'd hate to lose that. So yeah, if you could do that for me, that would be appreciated. It would certainly help my channel. Just lost a little bit of the cut there. To say this isn't the best thing to do a die cut from, but we were just giving it a go and trying with it, because that's how you learn when you craft, is that you have to try it, because only then will you know how things work or not. And sometimes you do it once, it doesn't work, and you try it again and it works. So Never give up. If at first you don't succeed, try again. So I want texture. No, I just pulled that one off. I want texture, and can't pull too hard. Now this isn't the dye that's causing the problems, it's actually the paper I've used. Tracy's making you tea. What you having? I hope it's diabetic friendly. I hope you didn't eat those cakes they were making the other day. Cup of tea. Oh, cup of tea. So it meant tea as in dinner, yeah. Food. Cup of tea is unusual for you, Anne-Marie. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to pull the center ones out of here. Don't know whether you can see that or not. Yeah, because it hasn't quite gone through, so I'm not going to be able to pull that. So that's a wash on the handmade paper. Oh, I just had to do that because I put my hand in the gesso. Yeah, if I tried to force that through, I'd just rip it all out. I could try to put it through again. Let's see if I can just line this up again. I might be able to run it through again and see if that works. But if I get any of these in the wrong place, then it will just cut straight through it again. Hi, Natalie. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. So if I get any of these in the wrong place, then it will just chop them right off. So, but we'll give it a go because, hey, as I say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And it's a ruined piece already. So but we'll see if we can get that middle piece to come out. I doubt whether this will work. I doubt it very much. So I say, no, I don't think this will work at all. But we're going to have at it, as they say. Sometimes you can tease them apart. but I don't think so. No, I'm going to call it quits on this one, I think, and use different paper. Different paper. It needs different paper. So the handmade paper is out. Gonna have a go, a bit of a glitter. Glitter! Glitter! My cold coffee by the side of me. My cold dead coffee. Should be able to see as well when I cut this one out on the other side whether it's gone through. One of the problems was when I was running that through, I couldn't see whether it actually cut through the paper or not. Cardstock. That was handmade paper. This is cardstock. Glitter cardstock. Right. Let's run it through then. Sorry for the camera shake. She's wobbling my whole desk. Such a little machine, wobbling my whole desk. Very funny. Marie said Tracy only wanted her over so she could watch her fire stick. You have the whole series on your stick. So I've got some in the middle just there again that doesn't look like it's gone through, so I'll just trim some of this off because I've got to angle it now to go through the oh no, it will come off there. Let's take it off there because I've got to angle it now, and hopefully different place and better traction. Yeah, still doesn't look as if it's quite gone through there. So up the other way, give it a go. Different part of the plate as well. Fingers crossed. I'm fed up of that, so it'll either go through or it won't. Just got rid of the big pieces. Oh, it might be an impression. Might just be that it is. Oh, there you go. Embossed, I thought maybe there, but no. So this is the first time cutting this die, so I'm not sure of its characteristics yet. Each die has a life of its own. Kinda. The die cutters out there will know what I mean. I know that if I put this through my Big Shot, it wouldn't have this problem, but I'm using my little weeny desktop one there. It's coming. It's going to be nice. Shredding the paper now. It didn't quite get through. I don't want to have to pull out my Big Shot just to do a little weeny cut like this. Got to be careful not to stab myself now, because I'm having one of those days. Maybe the second index card was a mistake. It's just an index card. I'll just be putting it on there and just doing a bit mixed media around there. You just need to use a Big Shot, Anne-Marie. What do you mean more? Just having a bit of a relaxing crafting time and not worrying, too much if things aren't working out. Not letting it stress me. Last one. Love my pokey tool. Don't you love your pokey tool, Anne-Marie? You do love your pokey tool. Very, very handy. Just got to be careful not to stab yourself. I do. Okay, just looking at something else. A little something. What are we going to put on our little heart card? Little something. Okay, just looking through my bits and pieces. See what grabs me. What grabs me today? Got lots of little bits and pieces. Look, I got my little template for my little bird there. I just came across that. I should put it with my other templates really, but I can't remember where I put those either. Right. Right. Oh, got a little word there, and it's not quite there. Oh, beautiful. Oh, did anyone see that James Blunt new Monsters? I think is the name of his new song, Monster. Made me cry. Made me cry, dear. And Marie, Joe bought you a new purse. That's lovely. Lovely, lovely. And Marie, did you watch the video that I did for Matthew and my Patty? She's hiding with us, is she? She hasn't popped up my end. Hi Eileen, if you're there. So did anyone see that James Blunt video? I sure did cry. Show you again, okay. This is one. I did this one for Matthew and Patty. I think that was my last index art card. And I spoke about, you know, Matthew's passing and that. I was thinking of you as you were, you know, paying your own tribute to him and that. So it's like, oh. So I've got some vellum stickers. And so just looking for something that's maybe appropriate or not, as the case may be. Well, she's pretty, isn't she? I'll use her on something soon. Oh, it's little teddy bear. Little teddy bears. Teddy bears. Jo's doing her nails and it stinks. She's putting on acrylics. I'll probably do maybe. You know, watch me struggle to get these stickers to stick, vellum stickers to stick down again. Ooh. No, we'll use on something else. Bigger page, maybe. Yeah, this could be okay for this one. I'm going to cut round the flowers because I don't like the white on it. Never have, never will, never do, never, never, never. Never, ever, ever. Have I ever felt so low? Pussycat dolls. Or something. Pussycat dolls. I don't know. So yeah, I don't like the white borders they do around these. I know it's because it makes it cheaper to produce, but I don't like them. If you don't like something, alter it, I say. You don't have to keep it. If you don't like it, don't just moan about it, do something about it. That's a good truthism to go through life, you know. If you don't like it, change it. Not yet, Anne-Marie. So I'd wing it. Go through on a wing and a prayer. Although I did quite like the idea of using tiles. But that means I've got to go out and get some tiles, which I might do because I need to go and get some weed killer to do the weeds in the path. So I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I've got this thing again where I can only concentrate on one thing at a time. Shouldn't bother add it too much because I'm going to be cutting some of these off, I think, because they won't quite fit over all of it. Maybe the other way up. So it doesn't matter if I make it smaller as I go along, which I might just do anyway, so mucking about with it. I might do a pour actually if I remember to buy some rubber gloves as well. I might do a pour on the tile. But only if I remember to get rubber gloves this time. Right. Gotta stop making a list in the head now, haven't I? Oh look, I was going to stick that down and throw that away. Do re mi fa se latino. There we go. Don't ask me what those have in common on there. I don't know. I just felt like doing it. So I knew this was going to start on the pretty and then go in another direction. Yeah, because it can't be too pretty, can it? Because you know, I'm just using my tonic here. I have so much of it there. Let's start using it more. Made a couple of cards and that, but I haven't really done a lot with it yet. So if I'm not careful, it will overwhelm my craft room. So I better get using it. Otherwise, what's the point in having it if you're not using it? I definitely prefer black to white. I don't know why. All right, you watched my craft room tour. Did you like it? Did you like my room? Looking for my glue. Everything's hiding from me today. I must have my man spectacles on, looking with my man eyes. See that? Stuck my fingers together. Make sure I get the glue off my scissors. I don't want to glue them shut. Because that's a strong craft glue I use there because I can't find my other glue. So say, looking with my man eyes. So I'm thinking now maybe I don't want a silver one. I'm thinking now I want a black one. So I'm going to cut from black. I'm allowed to do that. It's my index card, I'm allowed. Oh dear. Dear, dear, dear. Yeah, I'm thinking the silver didn't go. Or I might just put the black there and just put it off slightly and do it as a shadow. Drop shadow. No, I can't find the glue. I can't see it immediately. I can't see it. A normal glue. And all my glues are in like the one cubby. So I obviously didn't put it back last time I used it because I can't see where it is now. Who knows where it is now? Someone knows where it is. They're not saying. Just have to cut a little bit more of the black off because of course this is a tiny machine. We've got the muscle car show here this weekend. So all the hoons are in town. So I wasn't going to go into town to today because simply because there'll be all the hoons there. And you know, revving up the old muscle cars and making a noise and a scene and whatever and whatever. But it's not quite come through just there. It's not quite through. So we'll just switch it up a little bit. See if we can get it through. Yay. Pokey tool. Excellent glue. Yeah, so I was going to avoid the hoons, but if I've got to go in and look at tiles and there, little drop shadow there. Yeah, it makes it come out better, doesn't it? The drop shadow. I think so. We'll drop shadow it, but only if I can find that flipping glue. Oh, it's just hiding behind a taller bottle. Isn't that the way? Isn't that always the way? A bit squiffy drop shadow. Just squeeze that out. Oh yeah. A bit skew with the old drop shadow, but it's okay. It'll work. It will work. See it better on the back. But we'll keep the glittery up, because glitter, as you know, doesn't glue too well. Hi, crafty spirit. I know who you are. You don't have to give me hints. No hinting. How are you? Are you feeling any better? Hope so. Nasty bug going around. I hear they've quarantined in the UK. They've quarantined a load of people for that flu bug going around. Sorry, in Scotland, was it? Was it in Scotland? They've hospitalised people or quarantined them and separated them out, or I don't know. I forget now. But it sounded nasty, whatever it was. Chinese people. Yeah. Yes, says Anne-Marie. Yeah, I'm dieting at the moment, and I've lost a little bit of weight, and but it's leaving me feeling a little bit whiffy, squiffy whiffy. So again, I'm going to go around in black, just because that's the way I'm rolling today. I don't feel like putting a border on it, making a border. When I've lost a little bit more weight, yes, I will go running again. But I'm just a little bit too much overweight. You know, I just don't want to, at my age, I don't want to start stressing the joints too much. So the whole point of losing the weight is to start running again. As soon as the weight piled on when I stopped running. There may be a correlation. Exercise and weight for me. Yeah, I don't want to stress the old flipping knees. I might just put heart you on there. Yeah. Yeah, I walk 5 kg every day during the week. It's my first client. We go for a walk. I do that Monday to Friday. There's another one there. It says life is grand. And I'm going to edge it in the black and then mount it on some black cardstock just to make it stand out a little bit more, because it's a bit of a weeny little word. My family's good. My daughter was on watching earlier on. She was still at work and her shift was coming to an end. She just popped on to have a little chat, which was lovely. So they're all good. Sweltering in the heat in Australia. Yeah. Of course, obviously, she's got much hotter temperatures than I have in New Zealand. I couldn't be over there in 40 degrees. No way. No way. No how. No, nada. Not way. Not a chance. Nope, won't do it. Yeah, life is grand. They're in Brisbane, so they're on the right on the outside of it, just not affecting them really. The smoke is, but the actual fires and that aren't. But then again, all the way over in New Zealand, the smoke is affecting us too. We have days where it all clouds over and the sky is sort of a yellowy color, and you can smell burning in the air. So yeah, all these thousands of miles away. Yeah, and it really makes you feel for them over there, and we've started holding our benefits for them, and it's yep, it's a terrible situation. She says putting life is grand on her index card. Life is grand. But of course, Americans also know what it's like to, Californians and that have those big fires almost every year. And we had our fires, big fires here in Christchurch last year, which was very distressing. But I suppose that's the way life goes, isn't it? So I'm going to put some glitter on this one as well. And I'm then going to call it a day. Because apparently I've got to go shop. Shop the ladder up. I don't have to, I'm just going to. think these Nuvo drops took up the colour of the ink I used there, which actually makes it look quite nice. And I'll have to look back on the video to see which one I use for that, because that's a great effect. That one blobbed. I think they're all just going to blob into each other, but that's okay on there. I don't know. Can you see? Can you see on there? Started off a greeny colour, and now it's black. But it's an interesting thing that happened. Fortuitously, I feel. I may actually, because that's a great colour, even though it's blobbed. I'll put some on here down the body just to give that a little bit more dimension. And then I'm going to call it a day. There we go. I think they look rather spiffy. Looking rather spiffy. And yeah. So if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. It all counts in the algorithms, which would be really lovely. I'd really appreciate if you could leave me a kind comment below this video as well. As I say, my channel is losing traction now, and that's because people aren't commenting below the video or giving me likes or dislikes or whatever, you know. Just so I appreciate it if you give me a little bit of interaction on my channel as well. And I'm going to see you tomorrow. Thanks, Sherry. Thanks, Crafty Spirit. So yeah, it's I'd really appreciate it if you leave me a comment to give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you again tomorrow on the live stream with Anne-Marie, where we'll be doing something a little bit different, maybe for us. Won't be different in the whole world of crafting and crafty things, but it will be different for us. So thanks for watching. See you all again very soon. Bye. Oh, thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that. So yeah, bye.